Barnes show. So Matt Barnes, I mean, you got a big fight coming up on this weekend. I know you're going to be fighting Saturday and Sunday. So how you feel? I know you've been preparing and getting yourself ready for this event. So what we going to see come Saturday and Sunday?
You're going to see a lot of fireworks, number of fireworks. That's it. You know, I don't know who I'm fighting. I don't care who I'm fighting. That's just how it is. I've been fighting my whole life.
When did you actually start in the sport of boxing?
Man, you know what, man? A lot of people don't believe this, man. I only been boxing for 2 years.
Really?
That's 2 years. A lot of people don't believe it, but that's 2 years. I mean, Terry teach fundamentals, man. Like with Terry, you're gonna learn fast.
Right, and so with the tutelage of Terry, because I know she's great with teaching footwork and like you said, the fundamentals of the game. Is it a fighter in particular who you study that perhaps maybe in your division of 132 that does the same?
No, I study the sport of boxing, period.
Just the sport of boxing,
sport of boxing, period. Every night I'm on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? I'm reading books. It's just the sport of boxing. I don't have any particular favorite fighter. I mean, I like a couple fighters, but you know, you can take small things from each person and you can run with it.
Right. So if it's a few fighters who we could say you may have took something from, who would be those fighters?
I'm gonna be real. Deontay Brown.
Okay, Deontay Brown.
Jesus Almonte.
Hey.
And I learned a lot from a coach who used to be a fighter. His name is Dupree Strickland.
Oh, okay then.
You know?
So what is it that you learned from him?
Man, pressure bust pipes. Pressure burst pipes.
Right. So you apply the pressure.
I apply pressure, but I also got footwork. So if you applying pressure, I can move.
Right. So that makes you a dangerous fighter at 132. So when eventually you turn pro, is that going to be your weight class at 130?
126.
At 126. Wow. So you do a really good job in cutting weight. And do you feel really good?
No problem.
You feel really good at come fight night?
Yeah,
when it's time to fight?
I just listen to my coach.
Right.
I've never had a problem making weight.
And so us here on this actual network know that Terry is a really great coach because we seen what she did with some of her fighters, like one of the fighters you mentioned, Mr. Deontay Brown, who put on a masterful performance here in this gym at the Underground Showdown. So for you, coming up in your career, do you have a set time on when you feel as though you're going to turn pro?
Really no set time, but next year, 2018.
2018?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this year off with a bang. You know.
Well, you've been finished. Well, from what you told me off camera, you making noise. Tell us about some of those pipe pressures you've been bursting in the state of either what you say Mississippi.
I went to Mississippi and Louisiana. You know, that's like real close. I went down there and I burst a couple pipes. You know, I ain't gonna say no specific names, but I went down there and I burst a couple pipes.
Wow.
With the help of Dupree Strickland. If you ever in Louisiana, you know, Dupree Strickland is a real good coach.
That's what's up. So, you know, I gotta ask you this.
What's up?
How do you feel about what is it that you could tell fighters who are just now starting? Like you said, you've been starting in the sport of boxing for about 2 years. So to other people, they may think that you're young in the game, but your skill set and the way that you show yourself in the ring may show you as a seasoned competitor. Do you feel as though young fighters who are amateurs right now today can take on what it is that you took on with starting late in the sport of boxing and still make it to the point to where they could become a professional in the future?
I'm from a place called Picayune, Mississippi, where there's no big names in doing nothing in Picayune, Mississippi. I want to be able to tell my people, whatever you're doing, study whatever you're doing. I study my sport every night. I'm learning something new every night. I might get up out my sleep and go running. You know, just be dedicated to your craft. Whatever you're doing, just dedicate yourself to your craft.
anything will be possible for those young guys,
Anything is
because
possible.
I know some young guys who they haven't even turned amateur yet, but they have the ability to become a fighter, but they're afraid in their minds that it's too late in the game for them to start. And you just solidify all of that by saying, hey, if you study your craft and you work hard, you can accomplish anything it is that you want to do. Wow, man, that is awesome. So anything that you working on specifically to get prepared for this Saturday?
My cardio. Cardio is key. You know what I'm saying? Hard work beat talent any day. Hard work beat talent any day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you might be better than me. You might, but you're slacking. If I see any type of slack in your game, I'm gonna go for it. And I'm working hard.
Right. So we see Terry have been taking y'all to the mountain, Stone Mountain, and having y'all run that mountain. How is that, man? Because I'm just looking at the after pictures or video, and I'm like, man, you know what?
To be honest, I'm gonna tell you, we ran up a mile up to the top. Once you get halfway, you can't breathe. It's hard to breathe, but you know it's different. You know, the oxygen level is different. But we went up, came down, ran 4.5 miles around. After we did all that, after we sparred 7 or 8 rounds, so she really got us, you know, right as far as cardio wise. Then she had us jumping over trash cans and doing lunges, push-ups at the top of the mountain. It never stops with Terry. She's one of the best coaches. Period. Point blank. Period. So
you feel as though right now, today, you're probably in the best shape you've ever been as an amateur fighter?
Yeah.
So your opponents really got something to deal with.
Yeah, right.
Come this weekend.
They not in shape. They not in shape. I'm sorry for you.
But not only that though, tell us about what it is. You got something big that you're doing. I know you're going to be traveling overseas to compete as well in Mexico, right?
Oh yeah, it's not a set date, you know, not a set time, but I'm set to fight in Mexico, either September or October.
Wow, so September, October, Matt Barnes is going to be live in Mexico, busting pipes.
Yeah, pressure bust pipe.
But that pressure, bringing the pressure, busting pipes, and he's also going to be making noise on this Saturday in Dallas, Georgia, at what gym is that?
Speedy Rays Boxing Club.
Speed Rays Boxing Club in Dallas, Georgia. That is what's up, man. Like, I'm really excited about the fact that that gym is in my city and me not ever hearing about it.
It just opened. Probably like 3 or 4 months ago.
Oh, okay, that's what it is then. It just opened. Oh, okay, that's what's up. Tell us about your family, what it is that you do for a difference. What's your why in boxing? Really, that's the main question. What is your why? Why do you do this?
Basically, I love to fight. I've been fighting my whole life. I've always been the smallest person in the group. You know what I'm saying? I'm from somewhere they call Picayune, Mississippi, from a street called Wing Street. I was always the smallest person on the street, but always the first one to go. So everybody always told me, man, you need to try to box. You need to box. I tried when I was young. It just didn't work out. But man, I box because I can do it. Why not do it? If I'm doing it in the street, why not do it and try to make money? You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's the best way.
I'm trying to be able to buy my mama a house, paid for it, point blank period. That's the mission right there. I don't want my mom to work.
Right. That's the reason. That's the reason why you're going to become successful at what it is you do, because you have a why.
Yeah.
And not everybody has a why. They just do things just to do it, and they don't have a vision. And the fact that you have a vision and you have goals and dreams that you set for yourself, you're going to be able to accomplish those, and that's really, really great. Another thing that I want to ask you is, we got 2 big fights coming up before the end of the year. We got Mayweather-McGregor coming up on August the 26th. I want to get your thoughts on that. But we also have another big fight in Gennady Golovkin taking on Saul Canelo Alvarez on September the 16th. I want you to give me your thoughts on Mayweather-McGregor, and do you believe all the hoopla that is coming from Paulie Malignaggi and what it is that's been taking place throughout camp? You know, they were saying that McGregor knocked down Paulie, and Paulie saying that he pushed him. Then you had the photographer come out today and said that it was a knockdown. But how much credibility can you put on the photographer, given though that it's Conor's photographer, right? So tell us your thoughts on Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather.
Honestly, I don't think nothing about Conor McGregor. Nothing. Point blank period. How could you make your pro debut against the best in the world? They got people who've been doing this since they was 8 years old, and you disrespected the best in the game. So honestly, I don't think nothing about Conor McGregor. His name shouldn't even be mentioned in the sport of boxing. Point blank period.
Point blank period. Even though he's the top fighter in UFC.
That ain't boxing. We spar UFC fighters every day and punish them. Any type of MMA, they have no stand-up game, and this you standing up. We standing up, straight hands. So I don't think nothing to Conor McGregor. But now the Triple G and the Canelo fight, I love Canelo. I love Triple G. I couldn't put my money up with nobody because you never know what's gonna happen in this fight. Never know what's gonna happen in this fight.
So you really can't.
I really can't speak on it. I don't want to.
Do you feel as though, Golovkin, given the fact that he has a magnificent jab, he throws the jab, which sets up a lot of his knockouts, do you believe he can lure Canelo in to maybe perhaps land one of those knockout blows on Canelo?
Well, Canelo is way sharper than Triple G. He basically has no holes in his game, so it's gonna be hard. But if he connect one of them or two of them,
even if Canelo did not knock out Julio Cesar Chavez, you still believe that Canelo may knock out?
He ain't knocking out Golovkin. Point blank here, he's not knocking him out. If he go 12, I'm gonna put it like this: if the fight goes 12, Canelo may win, but the fight may not go 12 because Triple G is hitting hard. That's a big man, Canelo coming up.
Well, do you believe Triple G lost to Daniel Jacobs?
I like Danny Jacobs. I like Triple G. After that knockdown, Danny Jacobs tightened up.
Right.
Tightened all the way up. So.
And he came to. For me, on my card, and a lot of other pundits in the boxing world had him winning by 1 point. But when you look at the CompuBox numbers, you see Canelo outlanded him with the jabs by like 100.
Triple G?
Yes. Triple G outlanded him with the jabs by throwing like 100 more jabs. But they say power shots win fights. Do you feel as though you have power in your game?
Yeah. I'm more of speed. A speed fighter. In the beginning, I like to run a lot to encourage you to come in. Then I put the pressure on. Speed equals power, right?
Right. Absolutely. So, Mr. Matt Brown.
Barnes.
I was just messing with you to see if you was you say you took a little bit from everybody, so you say you took some from Deontay Brown.
Yeah, I took a lot from Deontay Brown, Jesus El Monte, and Oscar Benitez. They were in the beginning. 2 years ago when I first started boxing, I met them. They beat me up every day. They taught me a lot, They were open, and I had no fights, and I was sparring with them every day. So I basically learned a lot from them. I can say I took from a lot of famous fighters, but I wasn't in the ring with them learning. I was in the ring with Deontay Brown, Jesus, and Oscar Benitez.
That's really good. Because I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people, like you say, they study other guys who they may never see in the ring.
Right.
But you studied the guys who you actually sparred against, who you worked with, who, like you said, taught you a whole lot. And you took a little bit of it from their game and applied it to your game. And now we got a guy who's finna come and take over the boxing world and become world champion, right?
Right.
That's what's up with Matt Brown, man. Got you again. Matt Barnes, man, I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to showcase your career, and we're going to be sticking with you throughout your whole entire career. Jeremy Sports Network will be here to make sure Matt Barnes make it to the top, because we know you're going to make it to the top, and we just want to be right here to help support you in any way possible.
I appreciate it. I appreciate that.
Alrighty, no problem, bro. So let's get to training.